Hello everybody, this is Nuzcraft and welcome back to Monster Hunter World. Today we're going to be taking on a Diablos with the quest, Well, That Diablos. Should be fun. We have not fought a Diablos in high rank. And so this will be an adventure. Okay, so our little bird dropped us off in a weird location, and we have this silver glowing stuff. If we mine it, it gives us some advanced armor spheres. And so the reason for that is the bird, the winged drake, when it doesn't drop you off at camp, it will either drop you off right near a monster, or it'll drop you off at an area with some unique or rare gathering. So when the bird drops you off in a weird spot, it can be worth it to just do a little bit of looking around. You might find the monster that you need to fight, and you need to run away. Or you might find some gathering. And so here we've got the Wildspire Waste. Hold on. Things are looking mighty messed up for whatever reason. Okay, we should be back to normal. Here we've got the Wildspire Waste. So we've got our foresty areas down there. We've got the actual Wildspire, huge and looming over that direction. And there we've got our muck and our mud of the swamplands. And there we've got a Baroth. Just chilling out. I don't see the Diablos, but I expect it to be over by the giant Wildspire. So we are gonna go. Ooh, there's a Grimalkin Ivy Trap right there. We're gonna go to the northeast camp. And from here, we should be able to go find our Diablos friend. Now, one thing that I did want to do from our tent is to change our Palico equipment. Right now, Jelly has the feline Raytheon rapier, which is all fine and dandy. But I wanted to use the feline bond ball instead, because that will do some sleep damage, and I really like using the sleep ailment on monsters via the cat. Sleep and paralysis are some of my favorites. But generally, sleep is, I don't know, in my opinion, sleep is a little bit better. Got a shield bearer. Sleep is a little bit better because you can still do some damage to the monster while it's falling asleep. And if you time it well, then you can still get a lot of damage off, and then you can get the double damage hit on Wake Up. So, we have some footprints. Gathering a few of these should let us know where Diablos is. Maybe one more set. Alright, so not yet. So we leveled up our footprints so that our scout flies will take us to the next set of tracks, but it is not yet going to tell us where the monster is on the map. Alright, so now we've got to level up, and we should be able to see Diablos on the map. Which we can. Grabbing some more footprints is always pretty good. I actually wonder, we know that Diablos is over there, and it's going down below. So what we're going to try and do, we're going to hit the Noyos. We're going to let it do its call. And we'll see if that makes Diablos dig up this hole. Normally we would do this as a trap for like some other monster. It looks like the answer is no. It doesn't quite work that way. So it doesn't necessarily work all the time. We can try it again. Now I'm just interested. Seems like the answer is no. Even though Diablos is like right underneath it, it's not gonna dig up. And maybe that's because we know exactly where it is. I don't necessarily know exactly what causes it to set off the trap. There's actually one more piece of armor that I should have switched out. Right now I have the ghillie mantle on. If we would have hit the head, we would have done some cool stuff. Alright, so Diablos is dug down here, and that gives us a chance to do something pretty cool, which is if we can get it to charge at us, we can actually get its horns stuck in here. See, how cool is that? We did bring some screamer pods. So lets us do that. I would love to get a KO. Got smacked pretty hard there. Alright, these things look pretty good. Hey, there we go. I still want to get a KO. Pretty good. Let's see if we can grab this thing. Halorang hit home. Go ahead and grab a first aid med while we can. Alright, let's see if we can do... This is fine. We kind of want to get the tail if we can. Is it gonna run away? Not quite yet. We are completely out of Screamer pods. Alright. That didn't quite work. We're still going for that tail. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. It's angry, which is not quite as good, but it's not awful either. That was good. And it is running away. Looks like it's going down into the undercave. Which is a really fun and scary place to fight Diablos, because when it does its burrowing, it can actually pop out from the walls. Hey, we got our chop. And we got our super amped element discharge off. Let's see if we can carve our tail. So you see it kind of went into the wall. And then it can dig out from the ground, or it can like fly out of the wall after that. Bonk. Alright, let's come and get some wing and back damage. We want our red sword. I think it's close to dead, yeah. We want to go ahead and do this. Rock trap. And there is our captured Diablos. Super fun monster. Nope. Apparently there's a Diablos material. Yes, there. We've already carved the tail. So we should be good. Super fun monster can give people a hard time if they're not used to its patterns in terms of how it runs and charges and things like that. Lots of bonus rewards. We got Twisted Horn for breaking the horns, Diablos Ridge, Diablos Fang, Diablos Medulla. I think the really rare drop is the Magnificent Horn or something like that, Majestic Horn. That you can really only get from breaking its horns. Geology skill. Decoration. Thunderblade is going up. It's my favorite of the Palico gadgets. Just because it gets you more stuff.
Hey partner, are you sure you want to go on that quest from the Admiral?
Yeah, I don't want to take that quest just yet. I want to fight one more monster before then. We're going to go take a look at some Diablos Armor first. Because there's a lot of people who really like the Diablos Armor. Diablos. Alright, so this is the Diablos Armor. I don't particularly like the way the female helmet looks, where it looks like it's got like the mouth and the teeth encroaching on the forehead. But the rest of it looks pretty standard for Diablos. It's got these big horns on the shoulders. In terms of set bonus skills, Diablos Mastery, which is a 2-piece and 4-piece set bonus, gives you Bludgeoner and Non-Elemental boost. Non-Elemental boost, I want to say, is like a 5% boost if your weapon doesn't have an element on it, or something like that. And Bludgeoner makes it so that your attack goes up when your sharpness goes down. So if there's a certain weapon that you want that doesn't have great sharpness but has like really high attack, then you can boost that attack even more. If we look at the set itself, critical draw and heroics on the helm, slugger and heroics on the chest. Slugger is a really great skill for hammer and hunting horn users, as it boosts your KO. Hold on, that was the wrong button. Makes it easier to stun monsters by a significant margin. Heroics and tremor resistance, marathon runner, critical draw, tremor resistance, and another piece of slugger. So that is Diablos. So there is only, I think, if I'm counting correctly and if I'm not missing any, I think there's only 2 monsters that we haven't faced yet in high rank. And they are Bazelgeuse and Black Diablos. Now, we don't have quests for either of those monsters, but we might be able to find them out in an expedition. So we're going to go expedition hunting, see if we can't find a Bazelgeuse or a Black Diablos to fight as our final monster before the final boss. And nothing here, so we're just going to jump into the ancient forest, and then we'll check the map again and see if we can't find it. The monsters available cycle whenever you go out on an expedition. So we should be able to open our map, come back to the world map, and Wildspar has different monsters. So let's go to the Elder's Recess, and we'll do it again. If I end up doing this too many times, I'm going to cut it out of the video because it sounds kind of annoying. But we'll see how many times it actually takes. There's a Bazelgeuse in the Coral Highlands. The Wildspar Waste has the Black Diablos as well. And so now we get to choose who we want to fight. Bazelgeuse or the Black Diablos. And I think since we already fought one Diablos today, let's go hunt something new with Bazelgeuse. I also noticed during that fight with Diablos, even though it didn't last that long, we did not get a sleep off with our cat weapon. Whereas previously when we had the poison weapon, we were definitely getting some poisons off on the monsters when we were fighting them. So it might be that the poison weapon is just better than the sleep weapon in terms of helping us actually take down monsters, even if poison is a little bit boring. Okay, so we know that Legiana is here. We don't know where any of the other monsters are. So let's go look. Old electrified fur. Where is it? Ah, it's right here. The old electrified fur is for a monster that we have not seen before. Where did I miss it? Where's that fur? It's very hard to see. The Coral Highlands is one of those areas where it can just be kind of hard to see what's going on. Legiana is coming here, so we're going to move away. We're going to come down this direction. See if we can't find an old Bazelgeuse. This area is one where it is really hard to see what's going on. Old footprints. Smoke nut. I don't need that. I want more footprints. And I'm finding it very hard to see where my scout flies are. Okay, we are just going to run this way. The background, like, sounds are kind of haunting. I don't know if it's... I think it sounds like whale song or something. It's very cool. Oh, this is definitely Bazelgeuse stuff. Old misfired shell. It's very good. Hey, we're working on our coral crystal. I forgot that we needed that. I definitely need to do some mining. Hey, look at here. Are they gonna fight us? Wow. Oh, the Vespoid's helping them. Don't really want to fight the Shamos. No. I don't want to do that. We'll go for the Grimalkin's Den maybe after we fight Bazelgeuse. Now we want to fight Bazelgeuse. I feel like I saw something down there, but it might have been... No, it wasn't Legiana. Oh, it's Paldumo. Oh, that's so boring. I wonder if there's more old footprints around here. I don't remember fighting Bazelgeuse here in the Coral Highlands that often. So I don't remember its patterns. Like the different monsters have areas that they like to go to, like Paluma likes that feeding area and Legiana likes to stay up high. Okay. Now we've got enough tracks to start making some progress. There was some footprints, and where did they go? Here we go. There's some more footprints. This kind of tracking section of the game is a little bit lost in Monster Hunter Rise, where they tell you the position of all of the monsters on the map all the time. And I don't know, I can't say for sure that I prefer it with it missing. I kind of liked doing a little bit of the gathering of tracks and trying to actually find the monster on the map. Alright, so Bazelgeuse is over there, which means we can travel this direction. And I guess while we're here, let's eat some food. Attack up L. Seems good. Oh, no, wrong direction. We want to go this way. Now, Bazelgeuse has some of the coolest music in the game, and is potentially one of the most annoying monsters. Because when you're fighting different monsters, it likes to come in and bomb you. We haven't had that happen much in this playthrough, but it's definitely a common occurrence here in Base World. It's close. Let's get a wall bang off here. Boom. And then we're gonna work on the tail. Ouch. Boom, boom, boom. So what Bazelgeuse does is it uses its scales as little bombs. And it'll drop them down. And then it'll blow them up. And so it's definitely one of those monsters where you have to pay attention to your positioning and make sure that you're not in line for those blasts. Alright, let's get our amped element discharge out. And we chopped the tail. Ouchies, ouchies, ouchies. And I think it does some blast, maybe? Blast element? I don't know for sure. It looks cool. Let's go ahead and wound up the face. We've got our red shield. Ouch, 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 ouch. Can't roll underneath it. Fire Blight is bad. So now it's doing, it's like dive bomb. Where it'll kind of like rain down grenades on you. And we can't forget the tail. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Bazel's roar has a pretty long roar stun, and so... Ooh, good job. And so when you're fighting a lot of Bazel, it's probably a good idea to get some earplugs. Is what I was trying to say. Right, we've got a juicy, juicy Bazel tail here, and it gives us a Bazelgeuse tail. Wonderful. This monster has already done like more damage to us than the majority of the other monsters we've been fighting recently. So it can be and is a more difficult challenge than other monsters. And a lot of it just comes down to the mines that it lays down. Oh, poor Bazelgeuse. Or poor Oh, dang it. Poor Paluma. Alright, we've got Savage Axe mode. Oh, no. Ouch, 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 ouch. See, its roar is just long enough that it can get you in an attack. Stunned, and we fainted. Oh my. This set even has like pretty good fire resistance. Can we eat yet? We can't eat yet. Okay. So we've seen how a nice hungry Bazelgeuse can destroy a meal, meaning a hunter, in short order. Right, so all that really happened there was we had some bad positioning where we got stuck in front of the fireball. That stunned us, and then it could come and charge us. See, even then, we just walked a little bit too close to one of its bombs, and we're at a third health. Alright, we do have a flash bomb, and I would like to use that if we can. Oh, there we go, that's good. Alright, let's see if we can get a wallbang off here. Boop. Boop. Bonk. There we go, very good. I missed almost all of those. Let's see if we can take Bazel home, and we can. Beautiful. So caused us a few issues at the beginning, but we were able to make up for it, and now we have fought that Bazel. Wonderful. Before we go, I do want to do that Grimmelkind thing. And so don't know that it'll take us too much longer. Might have to fight these kiddos again. Nope, no kitty cats. But they're after us. And we can come back into this area, where we can get some more coral crystals and generally just take a look at things. I do think we need to visit this bridge. Oh, it's all set up already. Okay. I thought we might have to pay to get that set up. And so let's go ahead and climb this area. As much as we can. To get to those Grimmelkinds. We can talk to this fisher dude. He'll give us a quest that we probably won't do.
I just love me some good fishing.
Love you some good fishing. That's cool. I don't really care about fishing. Alright, so we can come up here. We can grab this pearl oyster, and then we can swim through the waterfall back to the hideout of these cats. They will be so impressed that we defeated them. Hey, what's the big idea, you big jerks? It's the troopers. I was able to take that thing down myself. What seems to be the problem? We'd be happy to help on behalf of the Research Commission. There's a pair of Tzitzi-Yaku giving us troopers a really hard time. I decided today's the day to take them out, so I hopped on my Shamos and rode out. Okay, we have a new quest to hunt some Tzitzi-Yaku. We are not going to do that today. It's probably not going to happen on camera at all. And that's going to be it. Let's head on back home to Astera, and we'll take a look at the Diablos Armor, since now we've actually fought one and slain it. Super fun monster. Very cool addition to the Monster Hunter roster. And look at that, we got a new badge. Hunt 100 large monsters.
Hey, partner, are you sure you want to go on that quest from the Admiral?
We will be doing that next time. Alright, armor. Death Stench is something that you can get. This has nothing to do with Bazel, but it's showing it as new. You can get the Sinister Cloth from your Tail Raiders, and so this is some kind of cool armor to get. It looks all, I don't know, creepy looking, lots of bones. It's if I'm remembering correctly, it's more of a classic set from Monster Hunter. Now we've got Bazel, which is kind of a cool, fuzzy, scaly set that has some pretty good skills. So the head has earplugs and blast attack. The male comes with guard and blast resistance, critical draw and earplugs and jumpmaster, bombardier, and critical draw. And the beta set has bombardier, earplugs, critical draw, guard, and earplugs. The set bonus is Bazelgeuse protection, which gives guts, which basically says if you're above a certain threshold of health, you cannot be one shot by an attack. It'll leave you at 1 health. So guts can be a pretty good skill for monsters that hit really hard, but don't necessarily combo you down with smaller attacks. Now this set in general is good for people who like earplugs, and so fighting against like Basil earplugs are really nice. Deviljo earplugs are really nice. There's a few monsters where earplugs are really, really nice to have. And this is kind of the set where you go and get them. Because it's earplugs is like a 5-point skill. And really, when you get towards endgame, it's like you're either at level 5 earplugs or you're at nothing, right? The lower levels of earplugs are not nearly as effective. Like level 4, level 5 is what you need. And anything below that, towards the end game, you just don't need. It's just not worth doing. Yeah, that is Bazelgeuse. And I guess if we're here, we can look at weapons. Nothing new to create. But in terms of upgrading, let's see, Diablos weapon is here. We need the Black Diablos stuff to get the end of the Diablos tree. We already talked about the Valhazak stuff. Odageron Blade looks really cool here at the higher ranks. For Magdaros, Black Steel, and I guess we don't have really a blast tree besides bone, and that doesn't even require anything Basil related. I guess Dodogama is blast. Zora Magdaros is blast. Huh. I kind of assumed there would be a Bazelgeuse weapon, but I guess not. Alright. That's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much. This is basically the end of our story mission. We've got one more quest to fight the final boss, and then we will go into the end game of high rank. So thank you so very much for watching. This was Nuzcraft, and we will see you in the next one.